Stable job. Clean apartment. Decent salary. But every night, he felt the same quiet ache in his chest. It wasn't failure. It was something worse. It was the feeling of living someone else's life. Cale had always been the responsible one. The safe one. The practical one. When his friends chased creative dreams, he chose security. When he wanted to travel, he stayed for promotions. When he felt unhappy, he told himself, "This is what adults do." Years passed like that. One evening, while cleaning his apartment, he found an old notebook from university. Inside were sketches, rough designs of an app idea he once dreamed of building. On the first page he had written, "Something that helps people feel less alone." He sat on the floor for a long time, staring at those words. He couldn't remember when he stopped believing in them. The next Monday, nothing changed. He still went to work. Still attended meetings. Still nodded at things he didn't care about. But something inside him had woken up. A question. If I don't try now, when? Weeks passed before he did anything about it. Fear doesn't disappear just because you feel inspired once. It argues. It reminds you of bills. Of risks. Of embarrassment. But the question kept returning. So Cale made a quiet decision. Not to quit his job. Not to make a dramatic announcement. Just to start. Every night after work, he spent 1 hour building a rough version of his old idea. It was messy. Slow. Confusing. Some nights he made progress. Other nights he stared at the screen doing nothing. But he kept the promise, 1 hour. After 2 months, he had something small but real. He almost didn't share it. What if no one cares? What if it's stupid? But this time, he posted it anyway. The first week, only 12 people signed up. 12. Old Cale would have called that embarrassing. New Cale called it proof. Proof that someone out there felt the same loneliness he once wrote about in that notebook. He listened carefully to those 12 users. Improved things. Fixed bugs. Simplified features. Months later, the number grew. Slowly. Quietly. But something more important had already happened long before success. Cale stopped feeling empty. Not because he was famous. Not because he was rich. But because he was finally aligned. Here's something most people don't realize. Regret is heavier than failure. Failure hurts your ego. Regret haunts your peace. You can survive embarrassment. You can survive rejection. But living a life that isn't yours slowly drains you in ways no one sees. Cale didn't become a billionaire. He didn't go viral. But 1 year later, he looked in the mirror and saw something he hadn't seen in a long time. Respect. For himself. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do isn't quitting everything. It's starting quietly. It's choosing alignment over approval. It's asking yourself one uncomfortable question. If I keep living like this for 5 more years, will I be proud of myself? If the answer scares you, maybe that's your signal. You don't need a dramatic leap. Just one honest step. And then another. And another. Because the life you want doesn't begin with confidence. It begins with courage. And courage is often very quiet.